One more.
Sorry,
One
Cynthia.
quick question. A lot of the stuff you're talking about, privatization of government agencies or whatever, it started in the 1980s, and it's all due to lobbyists. So, if you were to become president, what are you going to do about all the bought politics?
What you're describing is a government that in so many instances is bought and paid for. We were talking about prescription medication prices right now. There's a reason that by law we don't use the leverage we have in Medicare to drive down those prices. It is because of the pharmaceutical companies who can buy not just access and influence, but outcomes in elections and legislation. Our campaign does not take a dime from any political action committee, does not accept support from lobbyists or corporations or special interests. You asked what we would do in our administration. I would ensure that we reform our election laws so that candidates for federal office and federal office holders cannot accept PAC contributions, that they're forced to rely on the people that they represent and serve, their constituents, for their guidance and their direction and their marching orders. I'm also proposing term limits for members of Congress so that we renew those institutions and they reflect, the diversity and the genius of this country. No reason that any member of Congress should serve for 4 or 5 or 6 decades, which has been the case in Congress so far. I think that kind of turnover, that faith in one another, the inability for corporations to buy in to the process allows us to begin making laws that favor people instead of corporations, people instead of special interests, people instead of lobbyists.
I know we're all Democrats, right? But Chuck Grassley has been one of these politicians that's been in Congress for 60 years or 50, and he's been good for us. That's arguable, but he has.
Yeah.
In the past, but I just soon not see somebody like him go.
Yeah. Here's my thing. This is why Amy and I decided that we would pursue term limits, regardless of what the other members of Congress did. Your president can only serve for 8 years. The mayor of El Paso, Texas, can only serve for 8 years. There's nothing so special about a member of Congress that they need to serve longer. And it also, when you set term limits, you are renewing your faith in your fellow citizens. You say, there's nothing so special about me that I can't be replaced by someone who will do just as good, maybe more likely a better job than I've been able to do. When we stepped down after 3 terms in Congress, the person who succeeded me, Veronica Escobar, became the first woman elected to represent the 16th Congressional District in Texas and the first Latina elected to serve any congressional district in the state of Texas in our history. If I had not gotten out of the way, because the incumbent has such protections and such advantage in fundraising and their prospects for re-election, it might have taken decades for her to be able to do that. So I think there's real value, and I don't want to dismiss the fact that there's some long-serving legislators who've done great work. I'm just confident that there are others who could replace them, as they will be replaced by some point, and do just as good, if not a better job going forward. Thank you for the